Take us back to what childhood was like for you. What were the influences that were around you, and how did they impact your life?
My mom was always taking care of everything. I ain't want to always have to see her like that. I want to be able to take care of her. The only way I was gonna be able to do that shit, I was gonna have to be my own boss. As we got older, Juju ended up passing away. And so it's like shit, now I'm trying to hold the crown onto the family.
I mean, as you were going through it, you didn't probably think like, man, this is traumatic, but it sounds like a lot of traumatic things were happening during that time that felt normal.
Our culture, we don't have our fathers around at all. So it's like, it makes it even harder because it's like in our actuality, sometimes they gotta get that boo, gotta get that scratch, get your ass up, learn on your own. And that's where that father role come in. And one day I am gonna tap out, and then shit, when I do, I wanna be able to leave back as much knowledge and positive guidance for the youth as I could. I ain't trying to push it off, but then at the same time, like, if it's meant or if it's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. Even if I find out like I had got cancer or something, I'm not doing that.
Before we dive into the story from today's guest, I just want y'all to know that I'm so appreciative of everybody, each and every one of you who has been tuning in, that's been supporting, that's been liking, that's been just interacting and helping this podcast to grow. A couple of things that I want you to know: everything that you see here is done by one person. It's a solo mission. It's a lot, but I'm passionate about this. I love creating. I love bringing content that you all enjoy, but it can be taxing. And so what I'm asking for you now is that in order to support me along this process of continuing to be able to bring quality content, quality stories, and ones that resonate with you, is that you just hit that subscribe button for me. It's the free thing that you can do to support me and this channel. I'm not asking for no money, I'm not doing no fundraiser, not doing any of that. Just please hit the subscribe button. Please make sure that you like this video, leave a comment, and that will make all the difference for me. And I'll be able to continue to produce this content that y'all enjoy to see. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's episode.
My name Markell Flick Vaughn. You know what it is.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your business, bro. What do you do?
I'm a truck driver, contractor. I drive trucks, delivering furniture, appliances, little setups and stuff like that. And that's what I do.
Absolutely. Off camera, bro. It ain't just as simple as I drive trucks, I deliver furniture, bro. You got a 6-figure business that you built up.
Nah, it's definitely not as easy as it seems, but I mean, shit, that's just what I do. Just deliver, shit, drive trucks, shit, deliver furniture, shit, really just little installs, little side gigs, whatever really need to be done, just little handyman stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. Growing up, did you always know that you wanted to be an entrepreneur, or this was the field that you wanted to get into?
Oh no, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be my own boss, for sure. I already knew that from day one.
What was the motivation? What was the motivation?
Not having no father figure around for real. Like shit, my mom was always taking care of everything, and it was just like shit, I ain't want to always have to see her like that. I wanted to be able to take care of her. And I knew the only way I was gonna be able to do that shit, I was gonna have to be my own boss. I was gonna have to shit make some shade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I could relate to that.
Yeah.
My dad was in and out of my life. I love my dad. Me and him we have a good relationship now, but just growing up, it was really my mom just grinding and hustling. And I know one of the things that I used to look back on for myself, and I don't know if you could relate to this. I never needed anything, but there was a lot of things that I wanted for. Like my mom always made sure we had clothes. She always made sure we had food. Probably wasn't the own brand clothes. You know what I'm saying? I was shopping discount.
Yeah.
We was getting BOGO from Payless.
Good.
Man, all of that, and maybe twice a year. Twice a year. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, that was like a huge motivator to become an entrepreneur. And early on, it wasn't in the best way, just because of environmental influences. For you, was that kind of like a similar experience, or?
Yeah, but no, because it was like My mom always made sure everything's safe for us and made sure everything's safe for me. And then most importantly, she always made sure things happen for other people too. Cause like she did foster care and stuff like that. And so she always made sure a lot of people was taken care of. So that was nothing really I had to worry about. One thing I would say though, that I wish that I did have growing up in our environment now is that, I did have that father figure around to really guide me and maneuver me through the situations and stuff that was to come and actually head me or steer me to the right direction and not let me crash out on my own decisions or possibly crash out on the decisions that I make. Mm-hmm. And that'd be the only really thing. Other than that, I would say that I had everything. And then even with that, just with my dad not being around, I had a lot of guidance, like older like guys around me that like positive guidance, like shit. Bud, Terrence, Crawford, he always used to see me out with my mom and stuff, check on me, make sure that I was doing stuff right. My older brother Bula, like shit, no matter what, what situations went, he always wanted me to do right and stuff like that. Shit, like my coaches, Coach Roger, rest in peace, Coach Vaughn, Coach Foster, shit, Coach Chuck. Like I always had a lot of people in my corner and push me and stuff. But it was just like shit. I don't know, I just came from a different environment. I don't know how to really explain it.
I get you.
Yeah.
Before we dive deeper into the environment and what that looked like, was your dad just not around or present, or was it he couldn't be present at all?
I would say it's pretty much like both. So like in my younger years, it was more so like he really couldn't be present because he was in and out of jail, and then just with him and my mom being younger, they having they situations where stuff was complicated and stuff like that, to where I understood how he couldn't be around, or even if he was around, how his guidance still probably wouldn't have been the best for me. But as I got older and we tried to get past that, then he actually took that route to where it was like, nah, he didn't want to have no ties. No ties done.
What age was that at?
That was like 16, 17. 16, 17. It was right after I lost my brother. But then it was right before I had caught my second case. So it was like in between there.
Got you. I think this is a perfect moment because there's you talking about some things, but I don't want to just jump to it and not really understand like what built up to some of these situations.
Yeah.
The environment that you grew up in. Take us back to what childhood was like for you. What were the influences that were around you, and how did they impact your life?
My childhood, it was like, I mean, you look back at it and we always smile and stuff like that. But I mean, like, we had like a hard upbringing. Like, shit, it was, 7 kids in my grandma's house. We all stayed in my grandma's house. Two of my, I don't want to say what it was, but like people was off drugs and stuff like that. So where majority kids we all just stayed at my grandma's house. Mm-hmm. And so it was just like, it was hard dealing with that. And then it was just like, when my uncle got out, like having to deal with that shit, having my mom trying to take me to school, shit, he coming beating on the car, trying to get us out the car and some more stuff, to where it was a crazy environment, but then at the same time, it was fun because it was just like, shit, I'm around all my cousins, I'm around all my relatives. No matter what, whenever you came home, it was never a dull moment. Like, we always had fun. it was always somebody to play with and stuff like that, to where it was like it was love. And grandma always made sure everything was good for us. Like we didn't want for nothing, stuff like that. So it was like it was cool. But yeah, we grew up. Well, it was like seven kids with my mom and my grandma. And then my influences was my cousin. That's more so like my brother. We dead now, but Juju.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one of the people that I was closest with. And then my other cousin Jamar. Like them was the two that I looked up to the most. But shit, as we got older, shit, Juju ended up passing away. And then with Juju passing away, shit, that kind of knocked really off his little pivot. So he really ain't been the same. And so it's like shit now, just like I'm trying to hold the crown onto the family.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, you know it's time for you to get into therapy. Be honest with yourself. You about one crash out away from everything falling apart. And I know you talked to your homegirl and she said, "You doing just fine, you good, girl, ain't nothing wrong." And I know you talked to your homie too and he's like, "Oh, bro, you good, keep pushing. But look, let's be honest. You've been seeing all these different types of posts, maybe from me, saying all these different things that have been resonating with you, but you haven't taken the steps, so I'm gonna make it real easy for you today. You're gonna click on the link, you're gonna fill out the form on the website, keep it real discreet, and we'll get you plugged in with a therapist who understands your experience, who relates to you, who doesn't see you as just another number, but sees you as a human being who's ready to start healing. So instead of crashing out, instead of doing the thing that can undo all of the things that you've been trying to build, let's just start therapy today." Being young and being in that environment, it sounds like, I mean, as you were going through it, you didn't probably think like, man, this is traumatic, but it sounds like a lot of traumatic things were happening during that time that felt normal.
Oh, no, for sure. Like, shit, Juju caught our house on fire. So for stuff, like he blew the house up, like everything, yeah. And we all thought it was normal, but it's like now that you look back at it, it's like, yeah, you could tell like them situations wasn't normal. And then just like how, just like with the stuff with kids being kids, to where it's like, yeah, you see how, like as a kid, you really not paying too much into it. You thinking it's fun and games and stuff like that. But it's like as you get older, you know, like certain things was like, yeah, that wasn't right. And how that at that time, yeah, since you was a little bit younger, that you probably could have got taken advantage of at that time. To where, yeah, all that stuff play a part of all that play in my head as I got older. But it's just like, it's life. To where you gotta keep it pushing.
Yeah. Talk about you mentioned there was something that was going on before the relationship with your dad kind of for real just like went downhill, and he was like, "Bro, don't want shit to do with me."
Yeah.
You said, "Before I caught my second charge."
Mm-hmm.
What were things that were leading up to you getting charges in the first place?
Anger, me not knowing how to deal with my emotions, and that was just really it. Like I had just lost my brother. Then from there, yeah, my dad never was really around. Now you trying to come in here and tell me what to do and some more stuff, to where it was just like, I was just mad. I was just mad at the world. Really didn't know how to control that or express that at the time, because yeah, in my environment where how I was raised is that like, yeah, if you got a problem or you got to cry or something, go to the room. When you get your emotions and shit back together, then you come back out here and you holler at me. Other than that, we ain't got nothing to talk about. So it was just like shit. I ain't never really knew how to express my emotions, but except in aggression. And so
So a lot of fights.
yeah,
Yeah. How old were you when you lost your brother?
Juju died when I was 15. Oh no, I just turned 16. I just turned 16, October 18.
So right in the middle of high school.
Yeah.
Do you remember what was going on the day you got the news?
Yup. We had just got out of a football game. Yeah, I just got out of a football game. Matter of fact, yeah, I just got out of a football game. We was playing Brian.
Smacked them then.
Yup.
Yeah.
We smacked them, and then I was supposed to wake up the next day and play on JV, and then shit. After the game, that's when they called and said that situation had happened or whatever. But we was all trying to think that maybe it wasn't bro, that maybe he just did some crazy ass shit and just left his whip or something. So we was just hoping that it wasn't him. But then, yeah, that next morning, they verified that it was him, and then they had to play the game. That JV game was scored 6 touchdowns, and then I quit.
And then you quit?
Yeah,
Why?
just didn't have it in me no more. I was fucked up, and that shit it still be fucking with me every now and then, cause it's like shit. That's my brother. Like that was when everything or if anything went wrong, he always made sure that I was right out of anybody, no matter what. And then it's like shit. Now with him gone, it's just like shit. I still got people that's there and shit for me, but it'll never be the same.
Did you start crashing out after that?
Nah, for sure. For sure.
What did that look like?
I come and tell you. I just know that a lot of people didn't want to be around me no more after that time. And then, shit, I couldn't really remember, for real. Cause it was like, with my anger, like I said, I really know how to control my emotions. So with my anger, it was like, I got a blackout anger. So after I just snapped. And then the next day I hear about it. But it's like after that, it's too late.
So you quit football. How did the rest of high school for you play out? Because you eventually graduated.
Nah, yeah.
How did it play out?
Shit, I ended up winning state in wrestling and football.
So you got back on the football team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, yeah, my mom taught me back into it. But it was just like, so after talking with my mom, like me and her got a good relationship and stuff like that, so she could usually talk me into a lot of stuff. So after rapping with her, it was like she got me to be able to play again or whatever, to where it was just like, yeah, that's where I use my aggression, since I can't use it nowhere else. But it was just like, I really didn't want to do it no more. I was tapped out. Yeah, I was just tapped out. And then everybody, from a kid, I always just thought that, I was just this nice athlete and I was just gonna do something off of sports, and then shit, I just wanted to prove people wrong. Like, I don't need sports. And so it was like, after my senior year, I quit. Like, I really didn't have it in me no more, because I really could have went D1 and everything, because my uncle Johnny Rogers, like, he had Nebraska. They still wanted me to come play with them. They just wanted me to go get my grades right and everything like that. But really, I just wasn't in it no more. I had a guy, my daughter, my senior year, I had got my first girl pregnant or whatever. Had my daughter on the way, to where I really didn't want to leave no more after that too. So just like, that's just how life just started shaping up for me. And it was just like, shit, yeah.
When you look back at that time, a couple of things. One, and you mentioned it already, there was a lot of pain and a lot of anger there. But are there ever times where you look back and you think to yourself, man, I wish I would have did this differently?
Oh, no, for sure. No, for sure. I wish I would have did all that shit differently, for real. I wish I would have did all that shit differently. Because, yeah, I know I definitely could have went far with football. For sure. That was guaranteed. But then at the same time, it's like a 50-50. Because it's like, I wish I would have went back and did stuff different because, yeah, I know I could have went to the next level and really did my thing if I stayed focused. But then too, it's like I ain't no selfish person, and I know the stuff that the path that we paid before is what got the kids now the recognition that they got now. So it's like sometimes I be thinking like, oh, I would have want to go back, but then at the same time it's like, nah, because what if that didn't happen? Now all the recognition that these kids get now, it might not be the same. To where it's like I feel like everything played out in God's plan. Everything played out how it was supposed to be. And I always thought that shit, I always told my mom, like, shit, I could do more than just sports. And even with that, shit, you gotta have more than sports. Cause even after sports, what you gonna do?
Yeah, that shit don't last forever.
Yeah, so it's like shit, yeah, you can hope that you be like one of Tom Brady or some shit or LeBron James that have a 15, 20 plus career, but you really look at these celebrities and all these other people that's really making whatever money that you think at that stint, they only making that for a couple years. They only doing that for a time being. They not doing that. They haven't been doing that from day one to they retired no shit. Nah, they probably was getting cheap, getting ripped off in some more shit for the first 3, 4, 5 years. Then finally got their worth for another 3 years, and then by time they hit their prime, some young motherfucker then came in here and just
time to move on.
Yeah, started wrapping it up to where it's like, shit, you gotta just take you gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah.
And you just gotta shit. Yeah. Roll with it. And that's just what I just found out to do, just roll with it.
Yeah. Bro, I think it's a lot of kids who, and adults too, who experience grief. Because that's what you went through in that situation when you lost your brother in high school. You experienced grief, and they don't understand how to go through it, or they don't understand the process of grief, and it begins to consume their life in a way where it starts to feel hopeless, or like, what's the point? Like, why do I do this? And it leads to a crash out, and I believe that crash outs don't always look the same. Sometimes a crash out is like in your face, like you could literally see somebody crashing the fuck out, just not giving a fuck. But then other times it's silent.
Yeah.
It's silent. It's, I don't want to play football no more. It's whatever. It's my grades start to slip. It's, I don't want to be around people anymore. And it leads to these life-altering situations where potential opportunities and potential blessings are missed out on. But at the same time too, and you kind of talked about it, I think God sets things up in a way that we gonna get what we need at the time that we need it.
Yeah.
And so off camera, we were talking about just how the silent crash out you had led to some opportunities that could have placed you in a different position, offers from D1 schools and things like that kind of got put on the back burner, and your trajectory as far as just like athletics and school took another turn.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us a little bit about where sports took you after high school, what were some of the schools that was looking at you? You said Nebraska, but what were some of the other schools? And just
sports took me as far as I let it. And I didn't let it take me far. I stayed trapped in my little box. And so I didn't really go as far as I should have or go with the potential that I knew I had. But I had looks from Nebraska, Rutgers, Syracuse. I went out to the Heisman my senior year for my punt return with my Uncle Johnny. Ended up meeting with the Florida coach to where I had a couple schools looking at me, but they just wanted me all to get my grades right. And then after that, that's when I ended up having my daughter or getting my first girl pregnant. And yeah, after that, I didn't care about it no more. And it's just like I didn't want to go. I didn't want to leave home. So it was just like I had gave up on all that. I went to Iowa Western, 2 weeks in the camp. Dude talking to me crazy. He was sitting outside the camp, right? You know how in the beginning you got the camp and stuff. We gotta meet up for the meetings. So we just getting out of meeting. I'm sitting there in a chair just like this, sleep, about to get ready to go to our little practice. One lineman or whatever that's been there for a couple years, apparently this is his seat. So he coming there, he like, you need to get up out my seat or whatever. I'm like, what? So I just go back to sleep. So bro really get to rocking and pushing on me, like, you need to get up out my seat before we go to practice. This is where I sit at. I'm like, hey bro, I don't know who you is, and you don't know who really I am. But all I'm gonna just say is just keep your hands off of me. I'm not moving, and you go about your day, I'm gonna go about mine. Mm-hmm. So then I went back to sleep. He must have pushed his hands into my chest and was like, you got 5 seconds to get up. Not like you got 3 to get your hands off of me. And so then we do the little countdown. He tried to let me go, but like push into my chest and snatch me up and walk off. So he do that. He walks off. He thinks that shit is just sweet. So then I'm just looking there. I'm the little little lineman dude laughing at me and shit. I'm like, oh, yeah, you think shit funny, huh? You thought I was playing. So then, that's when I went to my locker. I grabbed my helmet because I was about to hit on my helmet at first. But then I just started thinking about my past shit. I'm like, if I do this, I'll fuck around and shit. Be in jail again. So I'm like, hold on. So now I just threw my helmet down and I just start going to work. Shit, he got up, he trying to wrestle me, not knowing I wrestle too. So shit, I come by the bench, he trying to drive into me. I lateral his ass into the lockers. He go to the lockers, he start crying. That's why you get on the first flight back to wherever you came from, motherfucker. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And so then, that's when the coach came, grabbed me, talking about you need to apologize and some other shit. I'm like, I'm not apologizing. Like, that's my peer. Like, if it was a coach, like if the coach told me to get up or something, that's understandable. I'm like, this is my peer. I'm not about to apologize to him. I'm not about to get up out my seat or none of that. If that's how y'all rocking up here, then I don't care. And he said that's how they was rocking. And so I had to move around.
That was the end of your time at Iowa Western.
Yeah. I already thought it was the end of my time, but I was on some petty shit. Cause he's talking about, yeah, you gotta get out here, pack your stuff up and go home. I was like, cause I wasn't on scholarship.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, I don't gotta play football. I can go to school. So what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. And so then, I just stayed up there on some petty shit. And I don't even think I went to class after that. Just up there, just being petty.
Yeah. You mentioned in that moment when you was about to smack him with your helmet, you was like, this can end me up back in jail.
Yeah.
So there was a time before where you got into an altercation that ended you in jail?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that.
My friend. Shit was just after school fight, and then fight go wrong, and little dude lost his life. You know. Rest in peace, Kilo. Yep. All over some little dumb kid situations. Some shit that could have really be prevented. But I mean, it's life now. It is what it is.
How old were you at that time?
I think I was 15. Yep, 15. Cause of my junior year.
Can you break
15 about to turn 16.
Can you break the situation down a little bit more?
It was really my homie fight. But I was just always a protector. And like him and this dude, they always had, I don't know what their problem was. They had a problem though, all school year. They didn't fought like three, 4 different times. And then they fought so much, the dudes end up actually getting expelled. Like they had got expelled from school. They wasn't supposed to be up at the school. But then bro was walking his girlfriend to the bus or whatever, and I was signing up for the ACT, and he was supposed to come over to my house after that. But when he was walking his girlfriend to the bus, I guess that's when they had pressed him trying to fight him. And so then that's when he came looking for me. So when he found me, I just told him like we not about to do that. Like we already been did this a couple times before. Like if it's not right here, we just gonna leave that shit. We're not about to go looking for no fight. It's done and over with. We about to just go to the crib. But I'm like, if we see him on the way to the crib, if you want to do whatever you want to do, you do whatever you want to do. Shit, on the way to the crib, that's what happened. And they got out. He got out. He started fighting. They started fighting. So I tried to tell him no jumping in. And then it just went from there. And then see it sadly, dude ended up losing his life.
How did he lose his life in the situation?
Oh, so they were saying that from the impact that he got hit had cracked his skull open, and then he had fell and hit the ground, and so it had busted his skull open even more. But then with his brain or the skull already being cracked open, when he hit the ground, it made him get internal brain damage. So it made his brain start bleeding from the inside. And they tried to keep the swelling down or whatever, but couldn't. And so
that situation probably had a huge impact on your life.
Oh no, it did for sure. Like shit, that's I be getting into it with people still now to this day. Because people be talking about how you should just let certain stuff go or whatever, but it's just like shit. How can you tell somebody how to feel? You ain't never took nobody's life. And then on top of that, it's like you ain't never took nobody's life on accident. Like if I did it on purpose, shit, I gotta pay. I gotta deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, I knew what I was doing, but for something to happen on accident, it's just like damn. And then now I got kids, and then more so to see how it affect the people aftermath. It's not really more so about the person, because that person can't feel nothing, but it's like just all the hurt and the trauma that you leave after that, and then everything that transpires and switch because of that. To where I be feeling for that sometimes.
What were some of the things that you noticed, like the impact and the effect that it did have?
What you mean?
As far as, well, you were just mentioning like seeing the people that it affected, not necessarily the victim in the situation, although the victim was affected, like costed a life, but seeing people outside of the victim who it impacted, like what did you recognize or realize?
It hurt him. It hurt him. Just like shit, damn near the same way that it made me feel when I lost my brother. That's just how it made me feel towards just like damn. And then what more so kind of made me like get over is because I ran into his brother after that situation like 2 or 3 years later. I ran into his brother on my birthday at a bar, and then his brother ended up forgiving me and took a shot with me and shit. And it was just like shit, damn. And then after that, it's just like it just made me think, just like damn, if he can forgive me for that shit, it's like shit. Why the fuck is you walking around with so much anger on your heart and shit like that? And,
How did the conversation go when you did run into him, and like when you saw him? I'm assuming it was probably a lot of anxiety, or like, the fuck is about to happen here?
Nah, cause I was kind of on like a crash out. I was in between that little crash out phase. So just like I just seen he was looking at me. So just like I know what's up. I'm not about to sit here like it's my birthday. I'm not about to sit here all night thinking like, oh, is this nigga about to do something or what it is. So shit, I just told him like, what's up? Come rap with me. Like if it's gonna be whatever it's gonna be, then let us be that. But this is between me and you right here. Like fuck all your homies, cause his homies try to follow me some more shit. But I told my homies just watch them and just make sure this between me and him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about nobody else. How anybody else feel, they can do whatever with that. But I'm really rapping with you. And shit, we had a real conversation. And he ride with me, let me know how he was feeling.
What'd he say?
Shit. It was really just he just asked me like basically like how I felt about the situation. Like he thought that like basically like niggas just didn't give a fuck or no shit like that. And like niggas is basically like just out here like all like niggas just caught a body like basically like we stunning or something like on some shit like that to where it's like I told him like nah, ain't nobody doing no shit like that. Like shit, that was the accident. Like shit, I know you from Boys and Girls Club. Like I didn't even know your brother. Like shit from Jump Street, like you knew exactly what I was saying from Jump Street. Like this is a one-on-one fight. Told y'all wasn't no jumping in. I don't know why it got to it got, but then shit happened, and shit that was just what it was. You know, like shit, didn't nobody think that it was gonna take nobody's life. Mm-hmm. To where it's like if that was the case, then yeah, people probably would have moved a little bit different. But it's like shit, can't take nothing back now. Yeah. So it's just like shit, I told him like shit, it is what it is, like shit. And then he respected it. And just told me like shit, that's cool. I just thought that y'all was just on some other stuff, like y'all was saying like fuck Kilo or whatever. And I'm like, ain't nobody worried about him. Like I didn't really know him. Like I knew you, I went to Boys and Girls Club with you and some more stuff. So it was just all just like a crazy ass accident. And that's just what it was.
Before that night where you met up with his brother, how was the situation and how it played out eating you up internally? Or how was it affecting you internally, mentally, emotionally?
I mean, it really don't, I don't know how to explain it. Cause it's like, it affects me, but it don't. Mm-hmm. Cause it's like, it affects me, but I don't let it affect me. Cause it's like I just said, like, how can you tell somebody how to feel and they call a body and some more shit. Like, you don't know how that feel to where it's just like, I just try not to let it affect me.
Yeah.
I just try to stay active, try to stay busy. I work nonstop. Shit. And just keep pushing what I can do positive.
So what I hear you saying a little bit is you avoid what you feel. You stuff your pain.
I wouldn't say avoid it, but it's like some to a certain extent to protect other people's feelings.
Tell me about that. What do you mean?
Because I know to really express how I feel in the situation, I would have to bring back up the situation. Bring up backing up that situation is gonna open up on wounds on other people. And it's like, I know I'm at a healthy spot. I'm at peace with myself, but I know everybody else not. And it's like, I'd rather just not, because it's like I know they not ready for that conversation, and it's pointless.
When that happened, how did your mom respond to the news?
She was hurt. She felt like she couldn't protect me no more. She just cried, and just like she don't know what she can do. Then it was just like, shit, yeah. That's when I knew it from there. Shit, it was on me. I gotta figure out and do what's best for me.
Did that ever break you?
Nah. I say if anything, it made me stronger.
In what way?
Every way. In every way possible. To being prepared for the world, how the world is today. I felt like just with, at that younger age, being judged by so many people, put out there as this monster or whatever, and people not really knowing me or whatever like that. I mean, I feel like it protected me. It protected me from the outside negativity and shit that I really didn't need to be around. Because it prevented certain people to come from around me. It prevented certain people to come around me.
Yeah.
Because certain people were scared to come around me and shit. So it was like, I felt like it was kind of good in an aspect, because it kept the people that didn't need to be around me from around me.
Yeah. It was unfortunate that somebody had to lose their life in the process of it, but going through that, it sounds like what you're saying is it set up your life in a way to where certain influences that could have really taken your life down a different path no longer were in your circle or in your space just because of the situations that were going on. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. And then everybody think that I just want to fight, or thought I just wanted to fight at the time. And so people didn't want to deal with that.
Is that really what you wanted to do? Like, if you had to like unpack all the layers, because maybe on the outside, like, it's like you got this hard exterior, but like, is it deep down? Like, was you really just wanting to fight everybody? Was you wanting to take your anger out and move that way?
No. If you was a bully, yeah. If I felt like you was a bully and you was only doing that to certain people or whatever, then yeah. Because it's like, see how I feel when it's done to you. But then other than that, nah, me, I was just more so, I'm big on proving my point. So I just like to get my point across. And it's just like, if I gotta do whatever I gotta do to get my point across, I'm gonna get my point across.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't get with people nowadays, because that's what I'm saying, like, our generation, we can't have no regular conversation where I understand you, you understand me, we can come to agreement, we can come to agree to disagree. Everybody just wanna yell and wanna get loud and stuff. And it's like, when you do that, all right,
From your perspective, why do you think it's like that?
Everybody trying to prove a point. That's what this generation trying to do now. They're trying to prove a point. They really don't know what they want with their life. This generation is lost. Cause, yeah, if you take away the drugs and money and sex, what do they have? That's all they have. They just looking up to this little fantasy rap shit and stuff like that, to where it's like, that only gets you so far. Mm-hmm. But it's like, when you really wake up, then what you gonna do? Mm. And a lot of them not waking up. And that's why a lot of them is crashing out, trying to prove this point for this person or for this hood, when what have this hood or this person proved to you or done for you? But that's what I'm saying, like, shit, everybody gotta learn their own way. Sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. I know I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn from my own mistakes, but it's just like, shit, if I can stop a little kid or the youth from making the same mistakes I did, I try.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to know what your opinion is on this, because I work a lot with the youth, and I look at my own life. I look at a lot of my peers' life, and many times, but not all the time, a lot of how, like you were just speaking on, the money, the drugs, the sex, the recognition from the hood, like a lot of that has more of an impact when fathers are not present. Mm-hmm. And when there's not a man who was raised by another man, and not just the body of a man, but like a man who really is a solid man. When they're not raised by them, they're misguided, they have no direction. And so it's left with a mom. And I mean, shout out to mom, shout out my mom, shout out your mom, your mom came up here with, shout out the moms. And this is no hate on the moms, but it's like, when young boys are left to being raised by moms, many times our idea of what it means to be a man becomes polluted.
No, and you're right, to where how I try to put it is just like, it's not no hate on the moms, and it's not no hate on the dads, because it's like, people be trying to put this stigma, like it's so much on this person, so much on this person, or so much is this because of this, or so much because of that. Really, life is about a balance. Like, at the end of the day, when it comes to these kids and us trying to raise them now, we need that real balance of unity and family in house. You need that mom and that father figure there. If you don't have that mom and that father figure there, I could tell you right now, you starting your kid right off bat, you sending them to the wolves. Because right when they actually get that age to really comprehend and listen and make their own decisions, they already left misguided, because they only got one source. They don't got their mom and dad around. And then two, it's like, with our culture, we don't have our fathers around at all. So it's like, it makes it even harder, because it's like, in our actuality, even with that co-parenting stuff, if you look at different cultures and stuff, yeah, the mom might have the kid for whoop-de-whoop, but about 13, 14, they going with pops. They switching up. They not about to, oh, well, I'm going to keep using this kid to hold over your head or anything like that. No, they giving their kids a real chance at life. They know they need that balance of life. A mother can do so much, but when mothers hold their kids back, y'all not doing nothing but just sheltering them from the world, because y'all want to protect them from everything. Any scratch or boo-boo they got, oh, here. Like, no, sometimes they got to get that boo-boo, got to get that scratch. Get your ass up, learn on your own. And that's where that father role come in. Eventually, we get there. Hopefully. If not, we're gonna be in trouble.
I think it's each one control this one and then reach one. You know what I'm saying? Like if we ourselves, because we both fathers, if we break the cycle for our kids, it's like we then can teach our kids the very things that you speaking of.
Yeah.
The very balance, the very, like, we can be the impact in our kids' life that they need.
But the thing about it is, so you're right with that, but you're a little bit older than me. So, the mother, your kids might be a little bit more mature. With me, it's like, mother of my kids, they are great. Don't get me wrong, they're great. They're fantastic mothers. But it's like, whenever I say something, it's just hard for them to grasp what I'm saying. Because they're so combative.
Oh.
And that's with this generation. Like this generation is so combative. They want to argue. They want to go back and forth with every little thing to where it's just like, I really don't know how we gonna work this out. Like it ain't got no choice. Like shit, I know I ain't gonna give up. And that's where our generation and men, we gotta stay strong and not giving up on our youth. Because it's like, that's what happened with us. Shit, our dads and shit gave up. Most of the motherfuckers got strung into the 80s little crack shit. And then the ones that didn't, shit, either chose jail or whatever was gonna do. So it's like, shit, now that it's our chance, shit, we gotta show them something different. And hopefully, shit, the moms can make it easy too. And come together as a team and stop making us fight each other. Cause it's all about team effort.
For you, what does communication mean?
That's the biggest thing. Like, what you mean?
When you hear communication and you think about the concept of it, what does it mean to you?
I mean, like, do you want a definition of communication?
Whatever come to mind. Whatever come to mind.
Like, communication is a big key to me. Because I feel like communication is the root to all, for real. Like, with communication, you can accomplish anything. But you gotta be willing to communicate.
I believe that communication is a lost art among so many generations, not even starting with ours, not even starting with our parents, not even starting before then. It's something that is, for the most part, taught in a broken form. And so many of us believe that we are communicating with others and with people around us, and really all we doing is stirring up discourse unknowingly. We think we're giving messages. When we look at communication at its core, it's getting a message from one place to another and back in the same form. And then when we look at our interactions that we have with a lot of people, I think perfect examples would be especially with the streets, a lot of times with baby mamas, a lot of times parents to kids, like we see these breaks in communication. Our parents think they're communicating to us, but we not receiving the message that they're trying to put down. So many times with people in the streets, like we feel disrespected, but the way that we communicate, we feel disrespected, in turn disrespects the other person. And now it's this thing where, man, I just wanted you to acknowledge that I felt violated right here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it never gets acknowledged. It's like, what's good? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? when it comes to them intimate relationships, so many times we get in them and it's love, 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 cool, 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 but then some real shit happens, and now I feel hurt, or I feel whatever it is, and so since I feel hurt, I'm gonna make you feel hurt. Bitter baby mama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Communication gets lost and it gets broken in so many different areas and in so many different ways, because so many of us don't understand how to truly communicate.
I wouldn't say that we don't truly understand how to communicate, but I feel like it really is. I feel like people is really scared to actually communicate.
Come on.
Cause I feel like everybody know what's going on in their head, what they want to say or what's going on. But I feel like they too worried about what the other person gonna think or how the other person gonna react that they don't just say it. Mm-hmm. And that's be the most problem, to where people just gotta be able to communicate, and then also you gotta be able to know, you gotta be able to receive that message too, and give that person that comfortability to want to communicate with you. Because that's another thing too. With our culture, we're all so combative. Every time somebody says something, we just gotta, it's something to say back. We don't listen to actually hear. I mean, we don't. What is it?
You were saying it. We don't listen to actually hear. We listen to respond.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't listen to hear. We listen to respond. To where it's like we gotta actually understand and hear each other out and actually receive the message that's going on, instead of always thinking that we gotta put our 2 cents or our input into it. And that's where I feel like it really be a problem, because I feel like a lot of people know how to communicate. Because I could even say with me sometimes, I be know how to communicate, but then I want to stop just because the simple fact, now that I got older, I look thinking about how this person may respond, or how this person might feel if I say this or if I say that, to where that's the only thing. And I feel like that's where we gotta get better at.
So where did your shift in your mindset really start to take place? Because it sounds like for a while you weren't thinking that way, and your communication sounded a little broken. When did things for you start to flip, where it's like, I can't keep on allowing my anger, I can't keep on allowing my pain to fuel me and move me and start to build you into the man who you are today?
It's been three major things that didn't happen. The first thing is that I almost lost my job because of my anger. Mm. And that was one thing.
Break that down real quick.
Dude pretty much was calling me a bitch, just talking real crazy, and it's like, I don't play like that. Told them, what's up, if you got a problem, we can hop on the back of the truck. Like, I ain't about to keep on doing all this hoot hollering with you. Like, if you ain't gonna disrespect me, and I ain't gonna disrespect you. But if you want to keep on talking and keep on doing all that, we can figure it out like men. He ain't want to do that. So after that, went back, tried to tell on me and shit. And then that right there just showed me too, like, yeah, how people try to knock you off your pivot. So that was my first instinct, because it was like that almost took me out of my whole thing that I got running right now, to where it's like that could have fucked me up from everything, just because over a simple, I didn't like how another motherfucker was talking. Or what Franklin say, I built this shit up brick by brick. Think I'm gonna let you tear this motherfucker down because you don't like how another motherfucker talk? Like, what? So it's like I had to really sit back and think to myself, like, damn, you gon' let this motherfucker tear everything down after everything that you done already came through, just because how he talking to you. And I'm like, it don't make sense. I'm like, because you already know you above him. You already know you make more than him. So why even go back and forth with him? You already know he's just probably not having a good day because some shit that he's not doing. Just be the bigger person. To where it's just like, in that stance point, to where it's just like, shit, that's how I just start looking at that situation, to where it's like, shit, I gotta start being a bigger person. I got too much shit to lose. Like, shit, I already done faced 50 back to back. I got 2 kids. I got a lot of shit to lose. I got a whole business. Not only do I got a business, but I got they families depending on me too, cause I gotta write they checks. So it's like, shit, at the end of the day, I got more shit to lose than some petty shit.
Ain't it crazy how when you don't have anything to lose, it's easy not to think about the choices that you're making in the moment.
Oh, yeah. Cause that's what I was crashing out for. Cause I didn't have shit to lose. I didn't care. Like the one thing that I did care about, I felt like I took it away from me. And so, yeah, I didn't care no more. And I had to go create my own purpose.
So that's situation number 1 was 2, 3.
Huh?
What's situation 2 and 3? There was 3 situations.
That was 1, and then 2, stemming from that situation, that's when I had to move out to KC. So like, people think that I just got up and moved just freely. Or actuality, like I had to go. Like I had got kicked out of here. So yeah, so I had to go out there for a couple years or whatever. Went out there, got shit situated, getting shit situated out there. That's what made me start really thinking on shit too, cause it's just like all the shit that I was doing here, all the motherfuckers that I was breaking my back for and stuff here, who was looking out for me and shit down there. Like, who coming and checking up on me out here? Like, to where it's like, so what am I doing all this overly stressing about all this extra stuff when these motherfuckers don't really give 2 fucks about me? Everybody that I thought did. And then that'd be the crazy thing too, cause they'd be like, it's not the people that you love, but the people that love you.
Man.
To where it's like, yeah, all these people that I supposedly love, ain't none of them coming checking on me, hitting my line, what you doing, how your day go, or whatever. But the motherfuckers that love me, yeah, they hit me up every day. Shit, what you got going on? Shit, you straight, bro? Everything good? All types of shit. So that kind of helped me out with starting to separate people and really knowing who really there for me and who really not there for me. And so then that's how that was the second situation. Then
Real quick, before you move on from that, break down what was break down specifically what was the cause that led to you having to move to KC, and then like what did that move and that transition look like?
The cause was that the situation with the
dude at your job.
Yeah.
And so was it your job that was like you gotta transfer out and you gotta go down here, or like how did everything go down?
Yeah, so like I don't want to get in it too much.
Okay.
But it's like yeah, I got kicked out of here. I got kicked out on Wall. I had to go to KC.
Mm-hmm.
Had to go down there and basically start back over, get myself situated. But with going out there, I had that helping hand from here still. Like, even though I got kicked out of here, he was helping me out, making sure that like I'm getting the right resources, talking to the right people, connected with the right people and stuff like that. So I was put in a good situation from Jump Street either way. And then that's when, I just went down there and started doing the stuff down there.
And that's the truck driving?
Yeah, that's where I started my contract at.
Okay.
Yep.
Situation number 3.
Yep. Then situation number 3 That's when shit, life started becoming too short. I started having seizures and shit, almost didn't wake up a couple little times. And they really couldn't find out what was wrong. And they still can't find out what's wrong. So it's just like shit, I take life with a grain of salt. And I just try to put as much I can into it and try to leave back as much positive I can, because shit, every day ain't, I don't know how many days is promised for me no more.
When did you first start having seizures?
3 months ago.
Oh, dang. So this is recent.
Yeah. 3 months ago. And the crazy thing about it is that I wasn't even gonna show up here today, cause I was fucked up. I wasn't even gonna show up here. I just woke up out the hospital. But I was like,
Just today?
last night, yesterday.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. But I was like, nah, I ain't gonna. This would be good for bro. I like the story that he doing and everything to where and message that these kids need to know. They need to hear.
I appreciate you for coming, bro. I would have been understanding 110% if you would. I ain't know that was going on.
Oh, nah. Shit, we can't let that stop the show.
Yeah.
Shit, because at the end of the day, we got to keep it rolling. One day I am going to tap out, and then shit, when I do, I want to be able to leave back as much knowledge and guidance, positive guidance for the youth as I could. And yeah, this is one of them. So I was like, shit, I could do that. I could suck that up for a little bit. That's why I had Mama Deuce job. That's why she was here though. I had to have her drive for me.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
With your seizures, bro, how often do they come up and like?
Shit. They really just come up whenever they come up. They don't, they used to just be in my sleep though.
And they don't know why.
No. They gave me 3 options, but they said it could be CTE, just from like the football and shit. Then cancer or sleep disorder. But they got to do more tests to really figure out what's going on. And then shit, right now I ain't trying to do them tests for real.
Oh, why you pushing it off, bro?
I ain't gonna lie, it's just like how I feel about after everything I've been through. It's like, I don't know. Like, I ain't trying to push it off, but then at the same time, like, if it's meant or if it's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. Cause I ain't, even if I find out like I had got cancer or something, I'm not doing that. Just cause I just can't see myself doing that. I'd rather y'all see me how I am today than a whole completely person. And it's not no guaranteed I'm gonna shake back.
But even if there is a chance, man, even if there is a chance for you to bounce back from it,
I ain't doing no chemo. That's out the equation. All that losing here, sick and all that, nah, I'm not doing that.
would you ever tell your kids? Would you ever tell your kids that?
I just let them see life for how it is. Cause everybody got their day. So I mean, like, I don't think my day gonna be coming that soon. So I mean, I still got some years to figure out with them. But then if it's like it is something like that, then it's like, no. I feel like they'd rather see me not hurting anyway. Cause yeah, just staying here, I just be putting myself through more pain.
Let me ask you this. what impact, I mean, because you talked about the balance, you talked about what's necessary for the development of our kids. What impact do you think it would have on your kids if one day you just wasn't here and they didn't know why?
It just depends. It depends. Like with the path that I'm on right now and the stuff that I'm doing right now, I think that'd be good. They, like I said, like me and they moms, the
Solid.
moms, we not on that kid shit no more. I feel like they moms take care of things good, like lead them in the right direction and stuff. And then I feel like I still got a solid support system to where, you know, they'll still be around and help out and everything like that. And as long as like shit, I don't get killed in like in vain or nothing like that, I feel like they'd be all right. Just a part of life.
I see what you're saying. Couple more questions for you, bro. Along this process of everything that you've went through in your life and even what you're currently going through, have you ever tapped in with a therapist at all?
Yeah, I did out in KC. Yep, I did out in KC.
What was that
That's what
experience?
helped. That's what helped me out a little bit. That's what kind of got me like to understand like how everything is, because it's just like it's balance. And really thing is just like communicating through stuff, getting different perspectives. Cause like you can say one thing or you can think one thing, but then when you actually hear it, you be like, hold on, all right, that didn't sound right. I know my intentions is good, but that didn't sound right to her. It's just like it's just all about communication and, you know, giving people room to make mistakes. Everybody's not perfect. You're not perfect. So I tried to hold the next person to be perfect and understanding.
Do you think you have to be ready for therapy in order for it to work? And were you ready for therapy when you had to do it out in KC?
Yeah. I feel like you got to. And now I'm more so be ready. Because I mean, I feel like it goes two ways. Like I said, it comes to that balance thing. To where I feel like either A, you got it, like if you just go to any therapist or whatever, you think you're just gonna go to the therapist, you just wanna talk to a therapist, then yeah, you gotta be ready for that. Cause you gotta be ready to open yourself up to that person. Now, if you find a therapist that can really relate to you, that you know that you feel confident and, you know, comfortable and solid in, then I don't really think so that you need to be ready. It's just more so you need to show up. As long as you show up, I mean, that's the therapist's job. They're gonna get there. They're gonna break them shells. They're gonna find out the root problem. Like what's going on. A little small conversation that's gonna end up to that big conversation. To where it's just like, it just really all depends on the therapist.
I feel that. Last question, bro. If you could give the youth 3 pieces of advice to take from your experience of life, the things that you went through, because bro, you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
3 pieces of advice that they could take, and they're going through the same shit or similar shit. What would those 3 pieces of advice be?
My number one, I would say believe in yourself for number one. No matter what and what you do, you gotta believe in yourself. Number 2, I would say balance. Find the balance of life for you. Not just the balance of what this person say or what I done said or what the next person is say, but find that balance for you. What makes you happy in the morning when waking up, that you're okay and you're satisfied with yourself. Find that balance within yourself. And then 3, chase your dreams. Chase your dreams. No matter what nobody say, like, keep moving forward. Don't let nothing hold you back. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do or it's impossible. They're your dreams for a reason. They're destined for you, not for them. So make them come to reality.
Come on. And I want to just say too, bro, despite everything that you've been through, you have found a way to persevere, to create something out of like shit. You know what I'm saying? And really, like I was telling you this off camera, but I want y'all to hear this too. Like that's what this podcast is all about. So many of us go through situations in life. Some more fortunate, some a lot less fortunate than others. Yeah. Situations that could fuck us up. Situations where it's literally like life is handing us a pile of shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this shit?
Mm-hmm.
But just because life hands us a pile of shit, it does not mean that nothing can grow from it. Because if anybody knows about gardening, if you got a pile of shit, that's actually gold for growth.
I'm about to say, that's some good fertilizer right there.
That's fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody that's watching this, the shit that you going through, the shit that life is handing to you, realize and understand, yeah, you got to go through it. There's going to come a piece and there's going to come a time where you got to sit in your own accountability. And you got to sit back and reflect and be like, all right, I got this shit here. But what is God trying to tell me with this shit? What is God trying to build and grow within me in this shit? When you do that, that is the foundation and it's the building block for that next step and that next level. Yeah. Bro, I'm proud of you with the business that you're running, with the things that you're doing. Continue to do that.
I appreciate that, brody.
Most definitely. And everybody out there, make sure you're taking care of your mental. Make sure you're taking care of your physical. Make sure that you're living a life that when somebody is looking at you, they feel inspired despite the things that you went through. That's what cleaning your room is all about. That's what this podcast is all about. And so for everybody that's watching, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the CYR podcast. Because when you clean your room, you change your life and you can create your reality. We out.
You did.
What you thought about that, bro?
I fuss with that.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I appreciate
I appreciate you having me, man.